Yo, 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 what it do, YouTube? This be your boy, Steel City DFS, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to break down the 8-game slate for Major League Baseball on FanDuel for Monday, May 17th. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Steel City DFS. Again, that's Steel City DFS, all one word. And also hit the notification bell so when you know when all my content goes live. So again, like I said, we have an 8-game slate for Major League Baseball today. We have a lot of good, solid pitching options for today. And I will be giving you my FanDuel Fabulous Core 4 plays. 1 pitcher, 3 hitters that I'm going to be building my lineups around from a cash game perspective. I am a cash game grinder, meaning that I spend most of my bankroll on 50-50s, double-ups, and head-to-head contests, with the occasional piece of my bankroll going into single-entry GPPs. I am not a MME type of player because you are more than likely going to lose on a nightly basis, whereas I am trying to build my bankroll over the long term. So if you're looking for GBP videos, you have the wrong channel. But if you're looking for a good solid foundation to build your cash game lineups around, then you have come to the right place. So without further ado, let's get it. So like I said, we have an 8-game slate today. We have some aces going today. We have Garrett Cole going into Texas to face the Texas Rangers. He is the most expensive pitcher on the slate at $12,300. Garrett Cole is an amazing pitcher, and this is a wonderful matchup for Garrett Cole. But if you spend the $12,300 for Garrett Cole, you're only left with about $2,850 left per player. And there are some bats that I like paying up for. So Garrett Cole, while he is in a phenomenal spot, is more of a tournament play for me, just based on the fact that his salary takes up a lot of your a lot of what you have, and you are kind of dumpster diving with the rest of your lineup. Yu Darvish is in a good spot against the Colorado Rockies. That game is in Petco Park, so you are getting the Rockies coming out of Coors Field. And if you don't know about the Colorado Rockies, the Colorado Rockies play at Coors Field. Coors Field is 1 mile above sea level, which means the balls tend to fly and tend to travel. So a lot of the Rockies' numbers are inflated at home, but when you catch them outside of Coors Field, their offense is really slow getting out the gate. So Yu Darvish versus the Colorado Rockies at home is another phenomenal matchup. But, $11,100 only leaves you a little less than $3,000 per player. Again, you can build off that, but some of the pieces that you're looking for are going to be in that $2,100 to $2,500 range. I'm not saying that you can't get good plays, but like I said, there are some bats that I really, really like in today's slate. So the pitcher that I'm going to be using is one Yusei Kikuchi. Hi. Again, that's Yusei Kikuchi. Yes, Yusei Kikuchi. I say Kikuchi. But anyway, Yusei Kikuchi at $9,000. He has the privilege of facing the Detroit Tigers at home in Safeco Field. Safeco Field is one of the better pitching ballparks in all of Major League Baseball. And look at my handy-dandy notes here. Yusei Kikuchi has a 25.6% K rate this year, just a tick under 25% against righties and 28.2% against lefties. As far as FanDuel goes, you want the upside of strikeouts because strikeouts are worth 3 points on FanDuel, and with a 25.6% K rate, that is more than likely going to help Yusei Kikuchi get some Ks. And this lineup for Detroit is absolutely atrocious. I'm just going to give you the stats here. Against left-handed pitching this year, the Detroit Tigers have a 33.8% K rate, by far the worst in Major League Baseball. They have a 0.67 isolated power, which means they're not getting a lot of power with any of the hits that they are getting. 0.67 ISO, a 247 WOBA, which means that they are not getting on base at a decent clip, and a 55 WRC+. WRC+ is a new analytic, basically showing how teams can create runs, and a 55 WRC+ is not very good at all. So, like I said, Yu Darvish, Garrett Cole, Walker Buehler, I believe, is on the slate today. Those guys are just tournament options for me at best. But from a cash game, point per dollar pitcher perspective, the pitcher that I am using is Yusei Kikuchi at $9,000. With the stats that I gave you from Detroit, that leads me into Chicago. Chicago, for example, has a 293 batting average, a 187 ISO, 369 MOBA, and a 141 WRC plus versus left-handed pitching. And they have the privilege of facing a below average left-handed pitcher in J.A. Happ. So, with that being said, my first hitter in the core four is going to be one Tim Anderson at $3,800. If you look at his stats from the last 2 years, meaning 2020 and then so far in 2021, he has a 365 ISO, a 511 WOBA, and a 44% hard contact rate versus left-handed pitching. Whereas J. Happ has also given up a 221 ISO versus left-handed pitching. Versus right-handed hitters. He only has a 13.5% K rate and a 45.7% fly ball rate versus right-handed hitters. So if you take all that into consideration, Tim Anderson is one of the better plays on tonight's slate. And it doesn't hurt to have a 9 for 16 lifetime stat line with 2 home runs versus J-Happ either. So for those that are into BVP, Tim Anderson is 9 for 16 with 2 home runs versus J-Happ. BVP is part of the reason why I chose Tim Anderson, but it's not all of it. Like I said, 365 ISO, 511 WOBA, and a 44% hard contact rate versus left-handed pitchers is part of the reason why Tim Anderson is going to be a key piece of my lineup this evening. Please forgive me. I do have the rep of talking fast in these videos, and sometimes I get my words all jumbled, so I'm going to take a deep breath and just think about the money that's going to be rolling in for myself and the Steel City DFS team this evening. All right, getting back to the video. My second hitter is going to be the lefty masher, Nelson Cruz, at $3,700. Yes, as you can see, I like the Twins righties versus Dallas Keuchel, and then the White Sox righties against J.A. Happ. So Nelson Cruz is a lefty masher, notorious lefty masher. Stats for 2021 so far: a 227 ISO versus left-handed pitchers, a 421 WOBA versus left-handed pitchers. You space that out into last year as well: a 348 ISO, a 494 WOBA in the last 2 years combined versus left-handed pitching. And Dallas Keuchel, again, a below-average pitcher, only has a 14% K rate this year. And basically, he's not going to strike out any hitters. He's not that type of pitcher. He's more of a ground ball pitcher, changes speeds. And when you only have a 14% K rate, that means that the ball is going to be put into play. And Nelson Cruz, again, like I stated, is a lefty masher. His BVP stats: he is 16 for 49 with 5 home runs versus Dallas Keuchel. So, again, that's one of the reasons why Nelson Cruz will be a key piece of my lineup this evening. And I suggest that you get him into yours as well. And my third and final hitter that is going into the core four is third baseman Kyle Seeger. Kyle Seeger is only $3,000. Not only do you get a piece of offense that will help our pitcher Yusei Kikuchi, but he has the privilege of going against Casey Mize. Now, Casey Mize is going to be a very good pitcher going forward, but he just has problems against left-handed hitters. Kyle Seeger in the last 2 years has a 230 ISO and a 361 WOBA versus right-handed pitching. So, again, you want players that have a high isolated power, because isolated power is when you get a lot of doubles, triples, home runs. That all turns into isolated power. And when you have an isolated power that is above 200, that is great. If your isolated power is above 300, that is considered elite. And like I said, with Nelson Cruz has a 348 ISO versus left-handed pitching. Those are elite numbers. Tim Anderson, 365 isolated power over the last 2 years. Elite numbers. Those are the reasons, like I said, they are making the Fabulous Four core for today. Kyle Seeger, just a 230 ISO. Don't get me wrong. Those aren't inflated numbers, but they are still very solid. Casey Mize, like I said, is going to be a very good pitcher going forward, but he has a lot of problems with left-handed hitters. Casey Mize has given up a 273 ISO and a 390 WOBA to left-handed hitters over these last 2 years. He only has a 16% K rate and a elevated 12% walk rate versus left-handed hitters. And he's also given up hard contact at a 45% clip, which means those are recipes for disaster. 12% walk rate means that he will give up free passes now and then. And what happens to pitchers that give up free passes? Those turn into runs. And it only takes one shot, excuse me, with two men on base. You hit a 3-run homer, boom. You're giving up a lot of runs basically for free. You know, you give up one on the hit, but you walk 2 guys before then, and, you know, it should be a solo shot, but when you're walking 2 batters, that turns into a 3-run blast, and that's going to hurt you because you have an elevated walk rate. So, with that being said, the review of my core 4 is going to be Yusei Kikuchi, Kyle Seeger, Tim Anderson, and Nelson Cruz. Like I said, I feel like these 4 pieces are a good foundation to build your cash game lineups in. Again, cash games are 50-50s, double-ups, and head-to-head contests. And the occasional piece of your bankroll going into single-entry GPPs. I believe in the 80-20 philosophy, which is 80% cash games, 20% into GPPs. Do not blow all your bankroll in one shot, because if everything loses, then you're completely busted. But if you play cash games and sprinkle in GPPs, your GPPs bust, but your cash games hit, you will consistently, can't get the red out, consistently see profit. And that is what I'm trying to push as far as fantasy sports go. I am a FanDuel exclusive player. However, these plays will work well with DraftKings and Yahoo. I also provide FanDuel lineups. Down below in the description section of this video is a link to the page where you can purchase MLB, NHL, NBA and WNBA lineups. Go ahead and check that out and click the package that you like that fulfills your needs. We have NBA playoffs starting tomorrow, I believe, or tonight. No, tomorrow. NBA doesn't play today. We have the NHL playoffs already in full swing. You can get both of those for a bundle package. We are still flying high with MLB, and then the WNBA just started. So like I said, we have tons of packages to suit all your needs. So down below in the description section of this video, again, is a link to the page where you can purchase full FanDuel lineups, just in case you don't have time to do research. You're tired from working 9 to 5, only gives you about an hour to do research before starting to put in your lines. You know, let me take care of the work for you, and let me show you why the Steel City DFS team is up and coming, and why we are the City of Champions. Also down below in the description section of this video, there is a link if you want to try FanDuel, if you never played FanDuel, you get tired of DraftKings, you get tired of Yahoo, Super Draft, whatever the case is, and you want to try FanDuel, there's a link below. That is my referral link. You can use that to get a free $10 sign-up bonus when you make a deposit onto FanDuel. And also, if you're looking for a new sports book, I only use one sports book. I've had no issues with that sports book. That is the FanDuel Sportsbook and Casino. There's a link down below. You click the link. You make a deposit. You play a minimum of $10 on both sportsbook and the casino, and boom! You get $50 for free for both. So $50 for the sportsbook, $50 for the casino turns into $100 for free. All you have to do is read the fine print, do what the link tells you. You have to make a deposit, spend so much within so much period of time, and boom, you already get your $100 for free. But again, I wanted to say thank you for stopping by the channel. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the notification bell so when all my videos go live. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Steel City DFS. Again, that's Steel City DFS, all one word. I am looking to make videos for MLB going forward. I am a full-time employee as well, so I will primarily be making videos on my days off from work. However, I can, if you like, leave a comment down below, but I can leave a core 4 on my Twitter or Instagram or in the comment section going forward, so you know where my mind is at the beginning of the day. So again, thank you for checking out the video, and until next time, deuces.